I think it can be unconscious that the more surface kind of person is apt to not deal with the deeper issues happening anywhere, any situation, anytime. They're not apt to think deeper and get into subject matter about maybe even, like, say, really important things you would think that they would be concerned about is their surroundings. Like, say, let's just say that we're all subjected or exposed at one point or another, like nobody can get away from it. So is that why they don't want to think about it? Is because there's nothing we can do about it? But to me, that's just perpetuating the problem, because there is something you can do about it, but you can't do anything about it can't do anything about it unless you see it, address it, and then make moves to get rid of it somehow, whatever it is. Now, what I'm referring to is the very unconsciousness of that, um, tends to brush it off onto other people psychically, unconsciously. Psychic, unconscious attack. That's what it's called, a psychic attack, where, you know, it's it's out there. It's fully going on where it's Friday and people are getting out, just this is a scenario, but it can happen anytime, any day. It doesn't have to be Friday. But that's what I'm dealing with here, and everybody's on this programming. It's programming, whether they know it, like it or not. It's bad enough that the solar system is actually highly timeable. That's what we're doing with when we do astrology. It all has a rhythm and a time, and it's so predictable. It's like scary, boring, maybe. But if you didn't know that everything is on a program here, it's a rollout, everything, down to the molecular structure of existence, it has a programming within it. The time that it will be here, its decomposure rate, all of that, what it's doing here, why, uh, you know, and it's profoundly intelligent, highly conscious. Even a fly swatter there, it's like, some people would not have the fly swatter as long as I'm pretty sure that this particular fly swatter has been around. Anyway, getting back to hey, here I am thinking about this on a Friday night. It's just other people don't think about much. They're thinking of what? What are they thinking? See, a lot of times I kind of dial in. It's like they don't think of anything really. It's not their original thought. That's what I mean. And they're running on ego. That's the easy thing to say without getting into deep detail, but you don't need to. You know, um, it's generally masked. There's the ego behind it, and that's why it's steaming out there and can't seem to fucking quit. Um, Not even if they give them a vacation, it's like, well, we have to go somewhere. Vacation from what? Can you find a life that you don't have to all of a sudden vacate? Because you're vacated anyway. It's amazing. Hi, hello, this is Friday, and I gotta go where the love is for myself. It's hard to be that here. I'm highly misunderstood, and I just need love. That's all we need. I think even John Lennon, right? He would say that he just had this terrible attitude. It seems like you listen to him talk, and he sounds arrogant about something. Talking about, well, I'm pretty sure that the people that are running things are insane. We can't really make sense of what they're doing, and not even us. Yeah. And so who knows what really became of that guy? Did he just disappear? He said, you know what, stage my death, please. I'm out of here. Fuck! if you have enough resources and money, of course, where did everybody go? I mean, where did Amelia Earhart fly off to? Never to return. Again, I'm trying to crack some great jokes, but unfortunately, they're not going very smoothly. Everybody, how about this joke? Everybody is getting brain damage from the amount of EMF waves they're exposing themselves to on a daily basis. It just depends. Did you do a lot or a little bit? Um, yeah, there's something to say about that, and I could talk about it because I pay attention, and I know for a fact that that's what's going on. See, some people who are kind of mentally bonkers, like they really do have an imbalance going on, and it's not necessarily a chemical imbalance, it's an electrical imbalance. And they can do a glitch where it starts to, what we're seeing today with a lot of mental disorders, more like, okay, speech impediments, and all of these other symptoms that EMF waves will be causing, they push it off on other things easily. They've been doing this forever. They say, oh, this is caused by dementia. They just give it a name, or Alzheimer's. It's like, no, but where is it coming from? Oh, this is caused by remote control resonance disease. Resonance disease. You just have to be hooked up to Elon Musk's, and it's not Elon Musk. A lot of people, I'll have to remind you, every single one of the representatives, that's all they are, is representatives of these organizations that they have to come up and speak in public about what they think the fuck they're doing, which is, you have no idea what they're really doing. The SpaceX things, those satellites that go up, they take advantage of the way that they can spray. Their favorite thing to do is chemtrails, and that's why it's so spectacular looking, babe. A lot of people say, oh, the UFOs are going to come pretty soon. The UFOs are coming. Here's what's really happening is that the holographic field that they're opening up, it's like a huge screen in the sky, is going to try to get away with something. It's like, wait a minute, everybody knows that those are holographic movies that they're trying to display, saying that, oh, aliens are here. See if they cause the fear of death in them somehow, with some other say, and this is what the alien has done, or something, and throws an H bomb into the ocean, or just lifts the ocean up. Like, they know how to just make it go in. Welcome to Shauna Sci-Fi. I'm trying to get interesting for most people who just joined us, and boy, if you're hung up on narcissism, then you didn't really penetrate through. I mean, of course there's narcissism. Do you know how it's gotten here? You have a government that not only wants to, not really wants to kill you, but they want you to be hanging in illness. And what better way to make everybody sick but to create little cerebral narcissists to battle every bit of the fact that reality exists and therein is the truth. No, they've read a book, and their presence is far more important than even being present at any amount of time, even if especially when you're doing laundry. It's just a simple life here. Otherwise, Professor, what the fuck do you think you are? Anyway, I love me at least, and I have not had a very good, I don't even like the way I look lately. It's transferred upon me. I wanted to really talk about this. We take our risks, and we think I mean, hopefully you get the positive attributes as well as the negative attributes of the people that you're hanging around with, and I'm not hanging around with anybody except for probably the worst news ever. And that's dangerous for somebody like me. I would rather not. See, I'd rather observe it and say, you know what, you can be highly projected upon. God, I'm just, I'm very much in danger. See, I need to be able to go the high road, and I would rather have a community around me that I can find, well, in this place here where I'm at, where my life financially, I can just stay stuck forever saying, my life is easy. All I need is so many digits, not even $1,000 to live per month, and I'm fine. Oh, good God, that's a lot of money to me. Um, can't even really. It's just as easy as I had easily said that. Like I said, it's easy to shut me down here too. Just starve me of a few pennies, and it's kind of happening up here. I got more mischievous responses to my yard work advertisement. See, the thing is I take myself very seriously because I've been living up here for 35 years and I worked on the yards and I know how to do it. And we are supposed to be a community here that can share our gifts of even wanting to do that or being here to provide that and provide it for people that aren't so less quaint uh, um, than just the cold once a year, all business gouge, really, and it is a gouge. And when I'm offering, when people think about it, they're like, "You mean um, she only works for 4 hours? See, that's my limit. You know, I'd rather only work for 3 hours after I raise the price for $35 an hour. Nobody wants to stay there for all day." Unless you're insane and you are working for money. I'm doing it for my health, I'm just kidding. No, I do it for my health. I make sure that it's something healthy that I'm doing for money. I won't, I just don't like, see, I can do housework and housekeeping and windows and stuff, and the housekeeping and vacuuming, but I won't. I have an issue with people that don't want to do that stuff. When I do it, I have to take care of it in my place. They have a place and they're not taking care of their yard. I take care of their yard and they won't want to take care of their yard and they don't know anything about being up here. I just start to get fucking. See, I feel like I should school them about where they are. Wouldn't, see, doesn't that make sense to you? That, oh, you're up here now and you're calling me that I've been up here for 35 years just to do your yard and do your house? Well, let me tell you where you are and how you live here, okay? And how you look at all the trees and everything. Rinse yourself of whatever hot July that you happen to be forever dwelling within, and be with your environment and figure out who in the fuck made this mess and why don't you want to take your own trash out when every residence here humbly goes and takes their trash to the dump. You know, there's a lot of people. This place, babes, is in such danger. The Quiet Creek Inn over there just tonight was what I saw Friday, Shauna Bitches. The Quiet Creek Inn, they're the ones who just up and fucking paved it so hard. I still have a video, I think, of how upset I was about that, and I'm not feeling well on top of a lot of things, and this shit just fucking bugs me. Why isn't there any collaboration? I'm thinking, how do we stop it in its tracks? See, if you keep just doing a little at a time, it just builds up into a mess. A fucking checkerboarded, awful, sickening wreck because now that parking lot that the Strawberry Creek Inn, which was a very quaint little creek inn with little cabins that are just set in the forest, but now it's just like here's your fucking paved road right onto it, and it has 4 to 6 bright ass parking lot lights in it that just waft across the goddamn forest there. And it's happening other places, but those lights, those particular lights, are poison. Yep. The LED lights that they say that you have to install for security, if you're not watching your ass and you don't even know that this is a fact, they're designed to make you blind. And not only that, they're emanating fucking EMF waves and stuff. This is the weaponry they're putting in. Everywhere, especially up here. Especially. In the rural areas, they fucking doctor and beat it up. Not only that, but the people, the education that's going around on down near the areas, they reinforce the Nazi fucking impossible to live together prejudice, vibration, whatever it is. It's like, good God. Yeah, I know what I'm saying. And then it just kind of, because it lives around here, and then it's like, really, these kids are growing up to be poisoners of the whole fucking place. What do we do with people like me who seem to be disgruntled and becoming psychologically affected, emotionally affected, and doesn't and just I have feelings. We have feelings. We're angry. We can actually puke. I would love to puke on the desk of the Strawberry Creek Inn people and say, "Oh, pardon me. I was about to be a customer here, but then I could hardly get across the fucking lot, and I was just now I'm going to hand you this. Pardon me. I'm not sick or anything, but this has made me sick. See, I want to print out, and I'm just lazy about this. And see, this is the thing: is I never imagined that I had to be concerned about any of this, but I guess we do. And I'm telling you, you know what? If you're not doing your job. I am convinced we are supposed to be filling up the courthouses every day because they are not active, not yet. I would say not since the days of Jesus Christ has that place been confronted by what it needs to be confronted by. And people sat down in there and brought to their fucking senses. Take a deep breath, deep dives, and just figure you have no business judging people. What it mean? What they say is passing judgment on people, but which means that you take them in front of a judge. You don't talk like that unless that's what you're talking about. Otherwise, you're saying, are you being discerning about who and what you're filtering through into your mind via the other minds around you? That's of course. We do that because we are being our own responsibility in and without any other help. That's our profound responsibility, and certainly if we're doing that, we're not going to need a damn courthouse to follow up on anything. If we are looking each other in the eyes and says yes, and no contracts. Stop that. Contract? Contract? Contracting what? Did you contract a cold? Contract means to close down, contract. I have contracted. Great. You had an agreement. Too bad the truth doesn't give a fuck what you have agreed, whether you're not or not you have agreed. See, if it was about the truth over there in the environment, we don't put asphalt down like this next to a waterway. Not at any time. It's not a great idea because, well, for one, there's a humanitarian crisis, a lot of pollution. We can hardly find a drop to drink of good water. And it's getting more and more poisonous. What about all the diseases? Well, would you like to take part in stopping that, or you just want to go and keep it going? Asking for a whole bunch of little kids trying to make sense out of this right now might be being born. And what team are you on again? There's only two types of people we're running into on this plane. We can simplify it down that way. It's like, would you choose life or death? Simple as that. I'm dead serious because when you start getting into the words and you start getting into the nature of the mind versus the heart, mind is death, darkness, always. There isn't any way, I don't care what the fuck you do with a thought. Changing it into a positive and putting that negative over there and then three more positives. That's a fucking darkened person right there. It doesn't matter what you do with a thought. They're all the same fucking quality is that they can't have reality. So now what are you going to do? I love me. How about you? I'm the kind of Zen Buddhist that keeps you on your toes.